Well, it's been around a month. Honestly, I've been I've been just dealing with the same stuff that I've been dealing with, which is what we all know. I'm not gonna say it. It's interesting. One of my last videos being one of my last videos was talking about like me finding conviction or whatever, getting conviction, and yet here I am, right? Nowhere near that, and that's what I've been dealing with since I'm like literally. I mean, a lot's been going on, but all in the parameters of what we already know what's been going on with me. Like it's all within, you know, addiction or mental health or depression. It's all within those confines. It's all that's really what's been happening. Like nothing crazy, right? And so I'm back in therapy, right? And it's been tough for me. Every time I stop therapy, what I realize is like, and especially when I get to these moments, I'm like not vulnerable at all. And when you're not vulnerable for prolonged periods of time, it is very hard to like be vulnerable again. And so like even though I've known my therapist for a year, I came back to her, and the first couple sessions were very even the last session, all four or five sessions I've had have been very push pull tug. Me like me fighting against her, me not understanding like because I don't know. It's like my therapist is very good. She sees through all my defense mechanisms, through all that, and that's why it's hard because it's like, oh my god, like I'm feeling seen again. Like, oh, I have to be vulnerable again. Like, and there's a part of me, like a teenager kind of part of me. That's how old this part is who's kind of like been alone for a long time, right? And is alone, like I can handle this, like leave me alone. Like, and when someone like finally sees you, it's like get away from me, right? And so I was almost being mean to my therapist at certain points because as she was getting closer to seeing the unshelled version, the raw me, like what I was like, and me almost not forcing me, but almost like I have to be vulnerable. Like, what's the point of me being here if I'm not going to be vulnerable, right? And so I was a little bit, but I was telling her last session that I find this all to be rather silly. I've been gone for a month, right? But this whole thing's been going on since June. This episode I've been dealing with, depressive episode, whatever, addictive episode, one and the same, right? And I don't know. I told her that I find this all to be silly. That I know bottom of my heart that this is all like fixable. Like this is a decision I'm choosing to make, and I can just decide differently. Like this is all in my control, right? And that's what makes it silly because I'm choosing all this. I'm choosing my suffering. Like my last video said, my external world is a cage in which I've imprisoned myself. Like I was telling her that, and she kind of chuckled, and she was like, "That's the addiction talking, or that's the depression talking, right? Like that's not you speaking." She's like, "I haven't talked to you in a while, right?" Like that's what she was kind of getting at. Like, ooh, because she knows the different parts, but she knows what the self is. Because I always think that there's parts, all the parts of me are me, but she's like, no, there's the self, the highest self, and then there's the parts. And she's like, I know who you are as yourself, and your depressive part, the addictive part, those are just parts, and that's them talking, and they've tricked you. And I was like, and she's like, yeah, they've tricked you into thinking that you're fully in control, that you can stop at any time, that you could get better whenever you feel like it. That is the point. And this is her talking, she's like, and as she, gets closer and closer to the truth, the depression and addiction are gonna lash out at her. That's what's gonna happen, right? Like, because they want to stay. They want to stay, and they know as she gets closer, and as I get closer, because she only can go as far as I let her, and I only can go as far. We're captains of the same ship right now, or she's kind of co-captain, right? And as I get closer, and we get closer, that thing will be gone, right? It will be removed. It will be cleansed out, and they don't want to. They want to stay, and so what they've done to stay is convince me that it's not that big of a deal and that this is all in my control, and almost convince me and shame me to the point where like, you can get out of this anytime. Like, why are you still doing this? Da, da, da. So then I do the thing. I stay depressed or do the addiction to make me feel about the shame that I feel, that I'm disappointing everyone and myself around me, and it's all to my own volition, and then I can't change that, or like I can change it. It's in my control, and I'm choosing not to. That's what it's convinced me of. But in truth, I'm like, wait, I'm not in control at all. Hold on. I'm not in control at all. I have to go back to the center and be the observer. How do I keep it's just like, and here comes the shame again. Like, how? Like, why? I was going to say, how do I keep forgetting that? Like, I've been in times of deep spirituality where I'm staying grounded, and it's like every time I fall off the horse, I almost get amnesia. I don't know if this makes sense to anyone, but every time I fall off the horse or start going back to old habits, old patterns of behavior, and I stop doing what I need to be better, and I stop striving, and I stop being creative, and I and passionate and motivated, When I fall off that, the first thing that happens is I forget that I ever was on top of that horse to begin with. Like when I fall off, it's almost like I've never been up there before. It's almost like I've been down here the whole time. I don't even know what it's like to be up there. Like that's how distant it feels, and that's the convincing in which my mind or the mental illness like does, and the addiction does, right? Incredible. Anyways, so that's what really was going on with me, bro. I miss y'all, and I really wasn't gonna post, and I didn't even know. This is also what happens too. Is like this happened when I was in college. It's like if you miss one class, it's like okay, I'm gonna come back next class, but then you miss two classes, and you're like, oh, now people are gonna notice, right? And the longer you go not going and go like the longer you're off the horse, the harder it is to get back on, right? And so that's the same thing with this. I'm like, it's already been a month. It's been a month of me being like, we're gonna do it. Da, da, da. Like, when am I ready? Da, da. And I was like, and I was just having nice thoughts right now, and like thinking about my life and having good reflection out here. I was like, let me just grab the camera. So another thing I wanted to talk about. So that's about me, bro. I hope. Wait, hold on. Let me just say this. I hope y'all are doing amazing. Also, we hit 50 subs. I haven't looked in a while. We hit 50 subs, maybe more than that. Insane. Second of all, third of all, whatever, quadruple of all, you guys have been saying the nicest comments to me. Like even during this time where I've been away, I just keep getting like really beautiful comments that make me feel better. Like, oh, so this is what I had to talk about. The next thing, I was sitting here thinking, um, like a lot of people are using prop firms now. I just hit my biggest trade ever on paper trading, boys. $23,000 on Friday. I'm proud of myself. We're getting closer and closer to doing our prop firm like eval. But anyways, so it's just like I know a lot of kids, or not kids, adults my age, young adult. There's plenty of people on the internet making a lot of money, and I was thinking about taxes. And then I was like, wait, how many of these people do tax evasion, right? Like how many people, and it's tax. How bad is tax evasion? So dude, this is crazy. In Florida, I thought it was gonna be like, okay, if you evade taxes that are like for a couple of years something bad happens. Or I didn't know it was that serious, right? But in Florida, if you evade less than $300 of taxes, it's still a second degree misdemeanor. $300 is a second, dude, and then 300 to 20K is a third degree felony. 20 to 100K is a second degree felony, 15 years, bro. And this is the kicker. Listen to this: 100K or more, first degree felony, 30 years in prison. Dude, 30 years in prison. You're for evading taxes, for evading like 100K of taxes, or not paying the government 100K. They put you in jail for the same amount of time they put murderers, bro, and sometimes rapists and some like dude like you're getting that's a obscene dude. They don't play about their money at all. That is crazy. And then you think about okay, so 100K. So this means that all these very rich people, not like millionaires, not like the billionaires, 100 millionaires, like all those people, they're doing tax loopholes, which they're not that, okay. My stance on it is like I would do it too if it's there, right? And I'll just pay for stuff I care about. However, I just think the law needs to change about the tax code, but they're not going to do that because they're going to stay rich as hell. Well, besides the point, dude, 100K of taxes is nothing to these people. I think like so imagine them missing millions at worship. What happens to $1 million of taxes? You know what they do when that shit happens? I feel like they just dispute it in court and then just come to a deal, and then they just pay the government. Like that's what happens. Like I feel like people get caught for this shit all the time. Let me think what else happened in my life. Oh, Smash! Like Smash has been going really well. I've been just playing really well. I've been playing JEC a lot. He's a really good Sheik. I played Justice the other day for like I don't know 20 30 games. Went really well. Went really well. We had a good conversation afterwards. Me and Naz been playing, have building good relationships. I just feel like I'm getting really good and way and better at melee. Uh, and I feel like for melee, it is something like it's something that maybe I don't want to post videos about. like until I get to the level in which I want to be at, because it's something that I hold near and dear to my heart, and it's something that I don't want to have to sit here and like I don't want to make it into something that like playing melee is already hard enough, and like playing good melee is already hard enough. I don't want to make it add more work, and it's like let me record this, let me chop it. Like editing melee video takes a while, right? I could just do raw, but I just don't. I just want to play, and when and I think the next video I might post about melee is when either if I have 6 friendlies or if uh if I get to top 64 before I play if I play on stream at a tournament. That's when you'll see me, bro. I'm getting top 64 at the next tournament I go to for sure. I'm gonna. It's gonna be insane. I don't know what I'm gonna go to. I don't even know what tournaments are happening. Riptide maybe. I can't actually go the rest of the year because I'm going. Dude, this is what's happening. I'm going to Malaysia. I'm going back to Malaysia, in November. That's gonna be. But it's just gonna be me and Julianne's dad. Just me and her dad. And I find that to be beautiful. And I think we're gonna have. I think it's gonna be very therapeutic for me, and it'll get my mind right. Like going there last time got my mind right. I think it'll get my mind right again. It's a good grounding place. I might go to either the mosque or the temple. It's cool. There's a lot of there's like so many religions. It's just a really cool place. So and it's you would like it is like 70-60% a Muslim country. Um, but there's so many Buddhist temples. There's pockets. There's Indian pockets. Like there's I don't know. It's a very diverse country out and it's beautiful. And the food is delicious. And the people are also friendly. So I'm excited to go back and see everyone that I saw last time. Um, but and I got this thing, bro. This thing is sick. That's really what's been going on with me. I can't promise when I'll post the next video. I can't promise anything. Also, everybody, bro, go support my boy Leyatis, Leyaatis, my boy Jamil. He posted a great video on Ori and the indie game, and yeah, great guy. Go watch it. It was a good video. Show him love. But all right, toodaloo. I'm out, guys, girls, gays, queer, they, them, these are any all, everyone, anyone. It was nice. It was nice to film a video. I appreciate y'all for coming and listening. And if you stay this long, I love you. Toodaloo. Have a good one.